Hello and welcome to the Nerd Cave Remote Technical Support video channel. Today I want to cover ease of access and changing your display settings so you can make things easier to see, or you can make them smaller so you have more room on your screen. I'm going to get started by clicking the Windows button, and above that there's the Settings button, which is that little gear icon. This is the Windows Settings panel. Right down here you look for ease of access and you click that. Here you can change some basic display settings like the size of text on the main display. Mine's currently set at 125. If I increase that to 150, things will get a little bit larger and easier to read. I'm going to go ahead and set that back to 125. You can change the brightness on your screen if you want to. If it's too bright, you can lower it. If it's not bright enough, you can raise it. You can turn off some other settings for your desktop if you like. Usually the only reason I would turn these off is to increase performance if things are running a little bit slow when you do things on your desktop. The other thing I want to get into is the magnifier. As you can see here on the magnifier settings, it says press the Windows logo key and the plus sign to turn on the magnifier. And then it says press the Windows logo key and the escape key to turn off the magnifier. So let's go ahead and hit Windows plus. All right. So this is zoomed in at 150%. If I do Windows plus again, it'll zoom in even more, and I can do it quite a bit if I like. I'll drop back down to 150. If I hit Windows escape, it'll go back to normal. These are some of the settings I can change. 100% is default. So if I change the default to 100, drop this all the way down, then I can increment it up to, this is the standard zoom level when you first turn on the magnifier. Right now it's set at 200. If we go into zoom, it'll be at level 200. Let's escape zoom. I'm going to set the increment down to 50%. And the startup zoom level will be 150. So if I go and zoom in again, now it's only 150. So you can change those options if you like. Press Windows Escape to exit. Some other options you can change are down here at the bottom. You can see how the zoom moves around. You can have it follow the mouse cursor. I've also got it set to follow the keyboard focus. So as I press the tab key and move from one object on the screen to the other using the tab key, the zoom will follow it. Let's give that a try so you can see. Let's go up here and click on something on the desktop, and as I tab around, zoom will follow it. Narrator cursor is if you have text-to-speech turned on. As the narrator reads the content of the window, the magnifier will follow the narrator around on the screen. Next thing I want to get into are the display settings, primarily resolution, and that's under System. And you click Display over here, and you can change your resolution. Just like before, you can change your text size if you want to, but sometimes you need to change your resolution if you really want to get the effect you're looking for. If I drop this down to 1440 by 900, go ahead and keep the settings. The screen resolution is smaller, which means everything on the screen is displayed bigger. So that's one way you can get a little bit better focus on text if you're having trouble reading, is to just set your display settings a little bit lower, which will increase the text and icon size. I'm going to go ahead and set mine back to normal. So that's how you can use the magnifier and change your display settings in Windows 10. In Mac OS X, accessibility is a little bit different. If you click the Apple button in the upper left-hand corner, then go to System Preferences, accessibility is on the bottom, on the right here. Let's go ahead and go to Zoom. And here you can toggle the keyboard shortcuts for Zoom on and off. In this case, it's Option Command 8. I guess they use 8 because it looks like a pair of goggles or glasses. And if I press that, it'll turn Zoom on. Option Command and equals zooms in, and Option Command minus zooms out. Go ahead and turn this feature off, and then go to Display. And there's some options you can set in Display here. The most noticeable are use grayscale, probably for colorblind people. Increase contrast, so the controls stand out a little bit more. Reduce transparency and some of the others I don't notice too much of an effect with, at least not on this display. But those are some display options you can use in order to make things easier to see. If we go back to the System Preferences main window and go under Displays, you can change the resolution. In this case, I have a 1080p high definition monitor, so that's what the default is set for. If I click Scaled, that's the only option I have available. On some monitors, I imagine you can use a lower resolution if you want to, but for me, the only one available is the high definition one, so I'm just going to keep using that. But that's a place you can look to see if you have some other resolutions available. But that's how you can change accessibility features for magnifier and display, as well as a screen resolution on a Mac. That's it for this video. Give it a thumbs up if it helped you out. Click subscribe if you want to see more. Also, make sure you check out the website www.the-nerdcave.com and tell your friends about me. I'd love to hear from them. Thanks for watching and have a great day.